Hi students, this lesson is going to be short and sweet. We're going to cover Google Material, and one of the first things you want to do is download the mobile Illustrator file. And after you get that downloaded, you'll definitely want to check out Google Material before you start to do any wireframing. So what is Google Material? It's a set of design standards that Google put together to help create unified principles for design in user experience and user interface. That's a short summary for everyone. I would highly recommend going through all of this because they have standards on like how motion should work, how your style and layout and color choices should be made, and overall patterns. So again, like how to give help and feedback, how to create a navigation system. So this resource, everyone should really study before you start to do your wireframes. So once you open your Illustrator file, we're just going to go through what you're looking at. Google Material really is set up initially to help you do your wireframes, looking at alignment and spacing and the correct padding so that you're not butting your designs up to the edge of the screen on the mobile device. So if you look really closely here, if you remember everything being divisible by 8, they have 8, 16, 24, up to 88 as sizes they're using for boxes and design elements. So again, everything you're making is divisible by 8. That's mainly so it can scale appropriately because again, you have different device sizes between Android and iPhone, and between iPhone 4 to iPhone X. So again, just keep in mind that divisible by 8 allows them to scale to the correct pixel density. So what we're looking at here is just a couple different examples of a list. So here you can see that the pixel height or point height is smaller, and then they just keep making it a little bit larger. And here's examples of a menu system and what they recommend as a profile as well. So on the right here you have examples of bounding. So what they're making recommendations is the actual size of your profile image. So again, the height is 64 and the width is 64. So everything is proportional. And this is really important to your overall designs to keep things consistent. So again, divisible by 8. So again, same here, 40 and 40. So what they're doing is trying to create, again, a consistent size for your profile images, consistent sizes for your secondary profile images, and then also any types of buttons, they all fall into, or icons, they all fall into a standard size as well. So again, bounding really will help you make sure that you're consistent in any images that you're putting on your app. It doesn't mean that you have to do everything in a circle. This is just in their example. You can use squares as well. So again, trying to work with the best proportions possible when you're first starting to block things in. So when we look at another very useful measurement is the horizontal margins. What this shows you, and this also if you turn on the vertical key lines, it shows you what the recommended padding. So they recommend 16 and then 72 width before you would start to input any type of text. So again, I would follow these standards. They really help keep things consistent and aligned throughout the whole design. They even have a standard recommendation if you have a hamburger menu and it slides your navigation system out. So again, just really look closely at their key lines and their recommendations for different types of padding. And lastly, they have vertical sizing, which is just simply the height between each line and then the overall how they're padding the type within there. So again, this, if we click this, this is 56 high. and the next one should be 72. But what you want to follow is a consistent height when you're working with your design. So you may pick two designs, one that's at, again, a height for a list of like 56, and then let's say you have, when you load your app, you have a feed, and this might be a good example of blocking at 88. I don't know why it's 89, but it probably should be 88, not 888. So they all should be set at 88. So again, it just gives you a way to control the overall height when you're creating lists. This is really, really important to follow these standards. What I would recommend is you can turn the layouts off and you can lock the layers and start to build your design into this Illustrator file. All right, so I hope this is useful. Again, use Google Material to really help you with three main things: your overall alignment, making sure you have the correct padding, and the big one is having consistent vertical spacing.